violated registered voters' rights to choose when to vote, noting that some voters do not cast a ballot when they do not support any of the candidates running. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.
A new teen trend of walking wet and nude couldn't have caught on at a worse time, and a taxpayer is outraged. And lo, the Lord said unto the Israelites, Look unto the heavens, and you shall see a news review program to rival the greatest wonders of the earth. This is the Onion Week in Review. As a front of dense, frigid air and snow showers brought sub-zero temperatures to much of the country this week, Canton, Ohio residents noted that the blanketing of snow they had received created the illusion that their town was not a total shithole. Residents added that unlike its typical depressing reality, the snow-cloaked town actually looked halfway livable.
Canton is usually a miserable little dump, but you know when that first snow fell and covered everything in a layer of white powder? For about 5 minutes it was like not everything I saw depressed the living out of me.
Reports from locals also confirmed that for a brief period, the streets, parks, and buildings around them gave the surprising impression of not being a run-down, heartbreaking excuse for a hometown.
This is the Onion News Network.
The Call to Freedom is an opinion show. It's meant for informational purposes only. It is not licensed financial advice. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with or independently research and verify any information that you hear from the Call of Freedom and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. I mean, come on, guys. Duh. It's a cryptocurrency investment and a political talk radio. Of course, it's opinions.
Computers are online. I'm gonna start loading software.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Call to Freedom.
Broadcasting live from Vertcoin Studios on LRN FM.
You're listening to Will.
You will listen to every damn word I have to say!
And Aria.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Stay tuned for political talk and everything crypto. That's right.
Broadcasting internationally on our BitPlus network satellite.
This is
The Call to Freedom.
All right, let's boot it up.
That's right. Welcome here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. We're broadcasting live from the Zencash studio here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire, and it is another wonderful day, guys. I am joined by my classic crew today, Miss Aria DiMezzo from cryptocurrencycheck.org, the queen of crypto herself, along with Tom Gray and Chelsea Snyder from the Vora Method. How you folks doing today?
Pretty swell.
Just got done at the gym, so should be in a better mood today than I have.
So Tom is pretty swole,
right?
Hardly. I'm still mostly swole around the middle, unfortunately. But
that's what she said.
That's literally true for my wife, who is pregnant. But
Aww.
See how I turned your dirty thing around into something sweet about my family, you sick people?
Yeah, that's weird, because usually it's the opposite, actually.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens. I go to the gym and I mellow out a little bit for a few hours.
That's nice.
Oh, God. Anyway, so I'm sitting here looking at my computer at our new Motion Project wallets. We are now the proud owners of 2 Motion Project wallets, and they're receiving regular payouts about every 13 hours, which is really nice because that means we will be, when we get back from the festivals, we will be starting some new stuff. First of all, Crypto Hour will now be brought to you by themotionproject.org. And we will also have a new crypto faucet that will be daily that won't ever run out of money. It won't be like the Zencash faucet. It won't be like the Zencash faucet where they gave us money and then 8 weeks later they gave us enough money to give away for 2 more days.
He means Vertcoin.
Oh, what did I say? Fartcoin?
Zencash.
You said
Oh,
Zencash.
Oh yeah, Zencash never promised us a faucet. I didn't ask them to because of how badly things went with Vertcoin. But Vertcoin sent us enough money to give away for like a week, and then 8 weeks later sent us enough money to give away for like 2 days. We did the Galactic Systems giveaways, and then when that was all given away, that was over. And the Vertcoin faucet just was never refilled. We got one $15 one that was for VertPig. And VertPig asked us specifically not to do any promotion for them, and they're still having issues with their program or protocols or whatever, the exchange. There we go. They're still having issues with their exchange. So, but Motion Project, they reached out and they've actually set up 2 secured nodes for the show. The show owns 2 nodes of 1,000 Motion coins each. Node contains 1,000 Motion coins, valued at a little over $1,300. And then daily, every 13 hours, each node pays the show in Motion in the XMN. And then we will be giving away 10 of those every day, all week.
In Crypto Check News, there is
5 days a
another
week.
XMN that is in no way affiliated with the Motion Project.
Yeah, it's gone. It's completely gone. That's why XMN was able to take the ticker symbol, is because there is no excuse me, my brain just went completely numb. There is no the other XMN is gone. Like, it doesn't exist anymore. So
shocking.
Oh well, works for me. They're gone. Better opportunity is presented itself when we get back from the festival. So probably even later, so like mid-July, because I'll have coin available, but I'll be out of town, so I will basically have to figure out a way to send one of you guys coin every day. I'll just ship it over to you guys. I'll set it up to where, like, daily it goes from my wallet to your wallet, and then that'll be what you give away on the air, because I'll be gone for like 2 weeks to Florida. You guys will be running this bad boy without me.
So fancy.
Well, you guys, I trust you guys. You guys have done it before,
Cool, I trust me too. Thanks.
What are those dates going to be again, Will?
It's the first 2 weeks of July.
We just got to make sure that Tom worked out all of those days before the show.
Right.
And then we'll be good.
Yeah,
That'll be fine.
2 of those days I'm going to be driving.
It happens.
So we'll have to work around that, but
it happens.
I know we'll have people.
Well,
we'll have
I'll
things
be
to
in
do.
New Hampshire then, so
Yep.
that'll make it easier.
Yeah, it makes it way easier, because that means she'll be right
Yeah.
here in the studio.
You'll be able to use the dump button whenever I get overexcited. So I guess I don't have to work out as much as I thought.
Right. So anyway, yeah, what we'll do is I will be going to Fork Fest on Saturday. We're just packing Ian and the rest of the LRN crew are packing up Comrexes and mixing boards and speakers and microphone, like getting ready to go. Everything's getting broken down to be loaded up so we can set up a full-on radio studio at Pork Fest. In the media room there. I will be leaving here Saturday. We're going to be doing a recast on Friday, because everybody's going to be traveling. I'll be gone because it'll be Eid. I figure Tom and Chelsea don't want to host the show by themselves because Arya will be on the road. I'll be in another city celebrating the end of Ramadan, and you guys will be the only two. So I figured you would just take the day off.
Woohoo!
Start your vacation a day early, because you guys won't be on while we're at Pork Fest, because we won't be able to have remote guests. Right. So
sounds good to me.
Yeah, you guys will, after tomorrow, you guys will be off for the next 10 days.
Hot diggity.
In a row. So,
alrighty.
And then we'll be back from Pork Fest and do the show.
Yes, we are planning our radio program on the air.
That's right. And
I know.
but that's, you guys, You know what, man? I know people don't want to listen to us talk about the same crap we talked about yesterday all over again this Friday.
Besides, if we don't tell y'all what's going on, you get all uppity when there's a refeed on or whatever.
Real, yo.
So, you know, get over it.
While we're at Forkfest,
listeners who pay our bills,
well,
get
you know,
over it.
I get a little uppity when there's a refeed on and nobody tells me too. So
right.
That's kind of fair.
So yeah, that's what we'll be doing.
Yeah,
We're also
on here answering Will's question about how we are before.
It was so funny. That was the best day, actually.
We'll also be doing. We'll be giving away free money. The faucets will not start on the air. The faucets will start in person. This is another reason for you guys to show up for Forkfest and Porkfest. Is we're going to be giving away paper motion wallets that have 10 or 12, I'm not sure yet, they haven't decided, 10 or 12 motion coins on them. So that's between $12 and $16 free money that we're going to be giving away to random customers and to listeners in the audience. We're going to have like a trivia time, maybe crypto, Liberty community trivia. You answer the question right in person at the festival, boom, you get $12, $16 free money from our new motion product.
In Survivor Max 2, School Bites, Max must scavenge through a wasteland swarming with the undead. Desperate to find the medicine he needs, he discovers a community of survivors at his former school. Has he finally found the safe haven he's been looking for, or will he discover that school bites? Look for Survivor Max on Facebook, read reviews on Amazon, and read Chapter 1 at survivormax.com.
I've been told no in many different ways.
I give you an order and you're going to obey it.
George, you can go this way. You can do that and you have to leave here.
You cannot bring Simon to the rally.
Walk with me. Well, I'm comfortable here, actually.
Whoa,
Hey,
who do you think
excuse me.
There is no video and audio allowed in this office.
No, I have work today.
You ain't gonna make it.
Wait
now.
Wait a minute.
Hey! Oh my God! Unbelievable!
Why are you running from me? Because you're scared me. What am I being detained for?
You're being served.
What is this?
You're being served.
What is this?
Bureaucrats have a funny way of telling people no.
That's the sound of the men working on the chain.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com. Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
I love My Magic Mud. I drink a lot of coffee. I had stains on my teeth. Then I found My Magic Mud, and I was told it would remove stains. So I paid attention when I brushed the first time. My Magic Mud is black tooth powder, and the difference it made in my teeth in one application was noticeable. With 4, my teeth were as white as you normal folks out there. Please go to mymagicmud.com and buy a jar. There's 150 applications for $25. You can use Bitcoin, mymagicmud.com.
Did you know you can listen to LRN.FM via our free-to-air satellite channels? We have channels over nearly all of North America and much of Africa. All you need is an affordable receiver and a dish as small as 30 inches. There are no monthly fees. Learn more at sat.lrn.fm. Plus, if you are a broadcaster or want to be one, this is a good delivery method for our content. See our coverage maps and get details at sat.lrn.fm. That's sat.lrn.fm. sat.lrn.fm.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and commentary in the FPP Freedom Minute and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio at fppradio.com, and the monthly newspaper, FPP News, at news.fpp.cc. Find FPP online at fpp.cc. That's fpp.cc, as in Creative Commons.
You're listening to the best liberty-oriented audio streamed around the clock, on the air and online. This is the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. आप सुन रहे हैं स्वतंत्रता की पुकार सिर्फ और सिर्फ LRN.FM पे।
All right, welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. Broadcasting live from the VertCoin studio, the Zencash studio, rather, here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And you know what, guys? I just got more good news. I'm not really sure how to understand it. I'm going to read what was just sent to me, and hopefully Aria can translate it into English for all of us that are not particularly familiar with for those of us that aren't particularly familiar with what this kind of crypto techie language means. Says here, promo for ForkFest, Motion airdrop, 10 coins each, 400 seats left. motionproject.org/airdrop.html. You just need a Bitcoin Talk account, a Discord, a Twitter follow.
You need a what?
Bitcoin Talk account. If they don't have a Bitcoin Talk account, just put ForkFest, but required for them to join the Discord and Twitter. So basically, if you join the Motion Project's Discord and Twitter account, and I guess you tweet proof of it to the Motion Project, they will send you 10 free coins. That's about $13. So join a Discord and like a Twitter account, and you get 13 free. I mean, that's pretty. That's not. I mean, that paramedics make that in an hour to like save lives. You know, you can make it in 4 minutes. That's all you got to do. Motion airdrop QR. You get 10 XMN. You just follow, retweet, join the Discord, and put ForkFest for Bitcoin Talk profile. More info at motionproject.org/airdrop.html, and then they're going to do the same thing again for PorkFest. So they're giving away a total. Let's see, 400 times 10. That's 4,000, right? 400 times 10. That's 4,000, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to give away 4,000 Motion coins for ForkFest, and another 4,000 Motion coins for PorkFest. All you got to do is like the Twitter page or whatever it is. Follow the Twitter page, join the Discord account, and then send them the message. It's pretty simple. We'll put the whole thing up on our Twitter account. We'll also share it through our Facebook page. I'm going to kind of copy all of this with the QR code and send it to Aria so that she can translate it into English for me, because I have no idea what any of it even means. All I know is that they're giving away 4,000 free coins for ForkFest and PorkFest, which is pretty damn cool. You have to admit, that's 4,000. They're going to give away $4,000 at ForkFest. Come on, that's pretty damn cool. So anyway, we were going to talk about this whole the anything but Trump movement. Have you guys seen this? I was looking online earlier today. Actually, I just got a response because I was trying to. I'm like, look, this doesn't make sense to me. The anyone but is the reason why. Here's a post. This is from a veterans group. It says, I, name redacted, an American citizen and registered Democrat, do solemnly swear to vote only blue candidates 2018 for the entire ballot. And to me, that's just, that's basically, I can't think for myself. I'd vote for Hitler or bin Laden so long as it has a D next to its name.
Right.
That's what it says to me. And I literally, it was a day-long argument and discussion. And when it was all over with, the only thing that they could come up with was, enjoy your tinfoil hat. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I said that Trump and Obama, the only measurable difference between Trump and Obama, because it's the same policies, they're just enforced in a different way.
Is there melanin?
Well, they're
I was gonna say
they're
that.
melanin and the trade war. So the trade war, the melanin content, and the fact that Trump is a jackass and Obama says really nice flowery things.
Says really nice flowery things.
Yeah, well, I mean, they both drop bombs on doctors without borders hospitals.
Right.
It's just when Trump does it, he says, I think we're at a war with Islam. And when Obama does it, he says, Ramadan Mubarak, I think Muslims have added a lot to the American social landscape. So,
yeah.
But it's the same thing. They're both saying they're doing the same thing. The fact that Obama showers the Muslim community with platitudes before he drops bombs doesn't change the number of dead children. And now the Democrat Party, see, to me, this is dangerous because now the Democrat Party knows they don't even have to sell themselves.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
The Democrat Party's base is telling the Democrat Party.
Well, I mean, that's good. They haven't been able to in a very long time.
Right.
It's good for the Democrats. Bad for us.
Basically, but their base was gonna vote for them anyway. At least before their base kind of gave a feigned attempt to be like, these are the policies that we expect from you. And instead, what they're saying is, we don't care what your policies are. If you have a D next to your name, you could be Mitt Romney and Jeb Bush. We're gonna vote for you.
No. You know what would be the best is if in next election Trump ran as a Democrat instead.
That would be so awesome.
Oh my God.
That would be the best.
That would be how
so hard.
Can we make that happen?
That would be no, we probably can't, but it would be a good way for the Democrats to grow their base because Trumpkins don't really care because they're hero worshippers.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but then what would all of the Democrats do? What would the socialists do? They can't vote for Trump, but they surely can't vote for a Republican.
They would twist in the wind.
Well, they wouldn't vote for a third party, because third parties can never get enough votes to win.
Yeah. Man, that would be so great. Okay. All right. Wishful thinking, but still.
I don't know. Trump is a big enough troll that I could see him doing
Right, though. It would be so amazing. It would be so funny.
So, yeah, the whole thing is built around the same thing as what got Trump elected in the first place. That's the really funny part, is that the mantra of the Trumpkins was anyone but Hillary. Hillary lost because of the fact so many people hated her so much. It was anyone but Hillary, anyone but Hillary, anyone but Hillary. And we ended up with Donald Trump because of this mantra. And when you point that out to the left, they're totally oblivious to it. They're just like, no, totally is not the same at all. It's totally not the same. It's different.
Oh, dude, they think they lost because they weren't far left enough.
Oh, no, they think that they lost because America is deeply filled
sexist.
With sexist racists.
Yeah, and basically Hitler.
Yeah, that we are all basically Hitler. Unless if you're white and male and you don't hate yourself openly, repeatedly in public for being winning and losing the genetic lottery, you're a racist.
On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
to random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you amp Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com. Ross Ulbricht was convicted in early 2015 of running the infamous Silk Road Underground Market. The Silk Road was a gift to humanity and helped reduce the harms brought on by drug prohibition. For this good deed, Ross has been sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole. Now, an appeal is Ross's only chance, and he needs your support. Please visit freeross.org, where you can contribute via various methods, including Bitcoin. Visit freeross.org. That's freeross.org. The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com.
Here's a chance to do a little activism while you're cruising Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Between the LOL cats, the recipes, the hot girls, and the inspirational sunrise memes, Free Talk Live's posts pass by your newsfeed. Like them, comment. It gives us more exposure. If you don't see our posts, click like at facebook.freetalklive.com and then hover over it to click Get Notifications. It's an easy way to spread the ideas of liberty a bit further. I know you're busy, but you can spare that 1/10 of a calorie it takes to click on something. Facebook.freetalklive.com.
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with agristhosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agrist Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to agristhosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's agristhosting.com.
Do you love Twitter? Make sure you favorite the LRN.FM Twitter account so you can receive our tweets at twitter.lrn.fm. That's twitter.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. Unasikiliza wito wa uhuru katika LRN.FM.
All right, welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. Broadcasting live from the Zencast studio here in the beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And, well, you know, I got a question for you guys, since we're talking about the Never Trumpers and all this stupid stuff, and the political thing. Now, say you were a website and you started pushing the pro-Trump thing, right? And you were ethno-nationalist and blah, 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 you know. And because of that, you allowed your website, you allowed your website to be overrun with ethno-nationalists, and they started printing articles, xenophobic articles about how immigration is evil and you should purge people who aren't like you from society and Hoppian, Pinochet nonsense. And then somebody that works for you does something so absolutely insane that it ends up on national news and it makes you look really, really bad. So you fire him, and then you start trying to rebrand yourself as not that thing that you were when this person who put this thing out that made you look super, super bad, you're not that anymore. But if I go to your website, I can still find all the content from all those people that you fired because they made you look bad. So is your repentance truthful, or did you fire some people because you lost face and you want to keep from looking any worse in the middle of a gigantic PR disaster?
When you say you can still... Go ahead.
When I did run Anarchist Shemale, I did change I ran it for like 3 years, I think, and I changed my mind on various issues over the course of those 3 years. But I never took down the old articles, even when they said things that I later vehemently disagreed with. So and I'm not sure that people should.
Were you in the midst of trying to rebrand yourself? Like, say you were a white nationalist website, and now you were libertarian, and you were popular. You're a popular libertarian website. And then you go full-on alt-right. And then going full-on alt-right, some things happen, and you look really, really bad, like on an international news style basis. And so you fire a whole bunch of people, and you tell everyone, we are cleaning the house. All the white nationalist, xenophobic stuff, all that stuff's all gone. But then I go to your website, and it's all there. So
you're just kind of a liar.
I mean, how can you claim that you're rebranding, that you've got rid of all of those bad people, but you're still promoting the articles? Well, we're not promoting them. Look, bro, it's on your website. Okay, I can Google this topic, and your website is one of the first ones to pop up. If you're not promoting it, then what is promoting it? Like, exactly what is promoting something if you're one of the top 5, when I Google a subject, your website's one of the top 5 websites to show up?
Most likely they kept it in because it was going to keep like traffic and clicks coming.
Exactly.
So I would say, yeah.
Exactly. So that means you are promoting it.
You're at least not repentant enough.
You're not
to
repentant.
Like, take the hit on your traffic for your site.
Then you're not repentant. Repentance is like, I did this bad thing and now I want to do everything I can not to do it again.
Yeah.
So if I'm continuing to do it, then I'm not repentant. I'm just trying to save face. PR. It was really bad PR. When Chase Rachel's, let's just talk. Let's just be straight up with it.
So who's the person?
So Chase Rachel's, right, puts out that book with the book cover, and it literally ends up on international news. So now Liberty Hangout is like, oh God, the world thinks we're Nazis. Well, yeah, you've been like every alt-right, like your people are. I'm a Jew, so that means I can't be alt-right. I'm a Hispanic, so that means I can't be alt-right. And I can't be a Nazi. Eric July is my best friend. Eric July is, every alt-right Nazi's best friend. And, like, that's your claim to fame is these 3 people. Like, every alt-right guy's Mexican friend, every alt-right guy's Jewish friend, and every alt-right guy's black friend all got together and run a website. That's your claim to fame. at this point. It used to be that you were the only unfiltered libertarian website that you could find out there that was popular. That's what it used to be. I got Liberty Hangouts endorsement and was proud of it in May of 2016. But by August of 2016...
No, Will. By the rules of modern politics, that makes you a Nazi.
I know.
Yeah, but Will already knew he was a Nazi. He's been told enough times.
For real.
Yes, but now
the
there's
1 year
proof
anniversary
because
was
Liberty
yesterday.
Hangouts endorsed him.
Oh,
Liberty Hangout endorsed me in 2016. And in 2016, in May of 2016, when I received their endorsement, it was something I was very proud to receive. Had I received that endorsement in August of the same year, I would have vehemently rejected it. Because from May to August, they went from libertarian to Augustus Invictus.
Well, that's a nice 180.
And it was literally a full-on 180. And I even saw when it happened. Liberty Fest, New York, 2016, Augustus Invictus met Justin Moldeau. And within 2 weeks, Justin Moldeau hated my guts. After campaigning as hard as he could for me, because of my values, he now hated me because of my values. And the fact I was Muslim, and the fact that I am married to an immigrant, and the fact that, all of a sudden...
Wait, how did he not know those things before?
He knew all those things before, but he had not been taken. He had not been taken in by Augustus and the tribalism, Tribe Matters crowd. That was like the T-shirts that they were wearing that day. They all said Tribe Matters. But he got enveloped into that fold at Liberty Fest, New York in 2016. And that was the end of Liberty Hangout, and the beginning of Liberty Fakeout. I would totally reject their endorsement today. Oh, we like Will Coley. Well, Will Coley thinks you're a bunch of alt-right fascists, and if you aren't, then maybe you should clean all the ethno-nationalist tripe off of your website.
Yeah, because it's not that hard either to delete.
Bro, just push
pages.
Right? He even told us, he's like, oh, well, we didn't feel like it was necessary to put a full-on retraction for every single article that one of these guys printed. And I was like, bro, nobody asked you for a retraction, you dumbass. Just delete the effing thing, man. Just it's real simple. It's WordPress, man. You're an admin of your own damn website, right? Oh, well, fine. You just as easily as you deleted their access to write new articles, you just delete the article. Oh, how hard is that? Oh, well, that wouldn't show journalistic integrity, would it? I didn't realize that deleting opinion pieces had anything to do with journalism. This content is abhorrent to our values. It does not belong here. Easy peasy. Simple as that. This isn't rocket science. We're not deciding whether or not to pull the lever to kill one group and save the other group. It's not some advanced moral question. You push the delete button, stupid.
So you've signed the Shire Society Declaration and are planning your move to New Hampshire to be around more liberty-oriented people. Next, sign up for the Shire Society Forum at forum.shiresociety.com. There are a bunch of people there who are already in the Shire, and they want to meet you. If you're already in the Shire physically, you should also come by the forums. Remember, not everyone uses Facebook. New people are signing up for the Shire Society Forum every month, so drop in and say hello at forum.shiresociety.com. Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Now that you've found the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM, you may want to help expose others to our great programs. To assist you in doing so, you'll find resources at promote.lrn.fm, including details on how to get a free bumper sticker, quarter-page flyers you can print out and distribute, banners for your website, as well as files that will allow you to make your own custom banners and graphics. Visit promote.lrn.fm and help bring new listeners to the Liberty Radio Network. That's promote.lrn.fm.
The new 4th edition of Healing Our World, The Compassion of Libertarianism will take your understanding of liberty to a deeper level and has over 1,300 updated references, new cartoons, and a foreword by Dr. Ron Paul. With discounts for multiple book purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTL for a $5 discount.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5 stars, then share the link on your social media and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free, at apps.lrn.fm.
The American Psychiatric Association has issued an alarming study warning that the nation's used car salesmen are going completely insane, and in some extreme cases, practically giving cars away. The APA traces the outbreak of widespread hysteria to an apparent overstock of high-quality late-model cars begging to be driven off the lot today. Some severe symptoms include delusions, manic exuberance, and a psychotic commitment to offer the lowest prices guaranteed. Victims' families are joining together to raise awareness of this serious psychological epidemic.
The authorities found out how unbelievably low his prices were. They'd lock him up and throw away the key.
You are not alone. Over half of America's used car salesmen are currently going bonkers.
Car dealers suffering from this condition are prone to project their own disorders onto others. According to Mad Max, the Car Czar's website, you're out of your mind if you're not taking advantage of these low, low prices.
This is the Onion News Network.
You can put the Liberty Radio Network on the air in your area. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how. Broadcast.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom
live on LRN.fm. تستمعون إلى نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.fm.
Welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. Broadcasting live from our Zencash studio here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And, there's, what was the thing that the Bill Maher thing? Do one of y'all have, do I need to cue that up? Or can we?
I have a written write-up of it, but not a video.
No. We'll hit the right. I want to hear what he said, because I've got a quote here, and we're going to hear how basically the left and the right have switched places since Trump got elected. So what's Bill Maher saying?
Yeah, he said, by the way, I'm hoping, so this is in reference to an economic recession. I'm hoping for an economic recession, because one way you get rid of Trump is a crashing economy. So please bring on the recession. Sorry if that hurts people, but it's either root for a recession or you lose your democracy. I feel like the bottom has to fall out at some point. End quote. So, and then the article obviously goes on to let us know that his net worth, that Bill Maher's net worth is about $100 million. So, of course, a recession won't hurt him. And so it doesn't really make any difference, right? So we'll just let millions of families suffer from a recession. It never hurts the big guys. Didn't hurt the automobile industries, didn't hurt the banks. So, yeah.
Well, see, now, invoking suffering on the greater American populace in the name of politics and in the name of getting your own political views favored is nothing new, it turns out. I was involved in a debate when was this? This was in 2014. So 2 years before Obama left office. So this is like right in the midst of the Obama's the devil mania among the right. And while I was in the middle of this debate, this guy's name's Usama Dakdok. Now, he's popular with the Pam Geller, Robert Spencer, Frank Gaffney, John Bolton, Brigitte Gabriel. They all hang out together, right? So, like, these are Trump's people right here, right? Well, let's just listen to what this pastor from Florida had to say. Oh, come on. It's not playing.
God bless you.
God bless you, Usama. Have a very pleasant evening.
Be well.
Okay, so that was, again, Usama Dakdok, who is the leader of the Straight Way of Grace Ministry, a Egyptian-born individual who master's degree in theology and understands the Muslim faith, having simply for exercise. Appreciate it.
I missed what he said.
Maybe if you would go to our website, you found out that I was a Christian. I grew up in a Christian home. I got saved when I was 11 years old.
Okay, I guess I'm going to have to just read the thing too. Says this is where's it at? The very end here. Bill Yarborough says, if indeed Islam can exist within our framework of laws and constitutional protections and they're truly mutually exclusive, what's the remedy? What are you proposing from a political, legal perspective that would remedy that? If you had a magic wand, what would occur so that we don't have to have any of the dangers of Muslims living in America that you speak of? His response is the American people, America is losing America from the inside. I don't want the government to tell me what religion I should believe in, but by giving the freedom to Muslims, to allow them to run for office, to educate our children, to bring the new generation, you're kissing your country completely goodbye. I wish that we would have another September 11th. Better, much better than to have a Muslim congressman, a Muslim mayor, or a Muslim teacher educating our children on the propaganda of Islam because they're destroying America. Does this not sound like Bill Maher? Well, he literally just said, like, I would rather see another recession and American families just suffer as much as possible because I hate Trump and Trump's destroying the foundation of America.
It's just gross. Gross. For
real, yo. And nobody sees, like, the fact that the moon battery of the right is now becoming the moon battery of the left. It's just different.
Yeah, but
it's
he
the
was
same, but it's different.
When he said that, it wasn't a mainstream idea.
He was a mainstream voice in the Tea Party right-wing movement that was building this kind of
I'm not
view.
saying he wasn't, but I mean, it wasn't.
He was on
all
Fox News.
over
Bill Maher is a very different level.
everywhere.
Yeah, Bill Maher is a whole nother level famous, but still, I mean, this guy is. He was right-wing famous. Left-wing people are always more famous. Name 10 famous right-wingers.
I don't think I can name 10 famous anything.
Oh, I can name 10 famous left-wingers off the top of my head. That's easy. Just pull up the cast of basically any movie, and they're all pretty openly left-wing. Name a famous person, and they campaign openly for the left, with the exception of like John Voight, who's completely
Roseanne.
Roseanne.
Jeff Foxworthy, Tim Allen, Bill Engvall, Larry the Cable Guy.
Don't mention Tim Allen. He's
not
a
Larry the
sellout
Cable Guy.
anarchist if ever there was one.
You're right. Larry the Cable Guy is kind of far left.
Yes, Larry the Cable Guy is a lefty. He makes money making fun of us. That's what he does. He doesn't talk like that.
Yeah, but that's like so easy.
He makes money making fun of poor white people. Now, totally do that to a different race.
Well,
that's not going very far. If you were a rich black person, like, and everyone knew you, like you were a rich black person, and you dressed up as a poor black person and mocked poor black people, they would come after you.
Yeah, no kidding.
The SJW crowd would come after you. But, you know, redneck drag and hillbilly drag, that's totally cool. You can do blackface minstrelsy as long as you're painting your face white instead of painting it black. So, but yeah, I mean, I get that Maher is another level of fame, but again, all of them are. Jimmy Kimmel, Jon Stewart, Dino Bidala.
My point wasn't about the fame, but the popularity and the ubiquity of the message that he's saying. I mean, Bill Maher, he's far from alone in saying things like this. Nearly every prominent lefty is saying similar things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the rich ones.
Very much so.
Not the poor ones.
This is going to be fun. Anyway, so yeah, we anybody but Trump, that sounds like I'll vote for Hitler as long as he's got a D next to his name. Just like anybody but Hillary gave us Trump, you know, which means I'll vote for Orange Hitler as long as it doesn't have a D next to its name. You know? How do they not see that they're completely the same? Like, I just don't understand. Like, how can we see it so easily, and they are so completely oblivious and so...
Because we're so woke. We're so woke.
No, but Will, they're totally different colors. They couldn't possibly be the same. It's just, it's very clearly laid out that it's us against them. There has to be different. If it's not different, then what is my identity? I don't have one anymore.
Huh.
It's so easy to fall into that trap, though, you know? And the entire political system right now is built specifically to pit one party against another party. Like, that's the goal. And so you can't see into the other party. You just don't see it.
Well, it's because
under those circumstances,
it's blue team versus red team. It's no longer policies versus policies. It's just, you know, like, I am a Raiders fan. End of story. Like, there is no like nuance after that. It's like, I follow the Raiders. I hate the Patriots.
Yeah.
Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to put in our bodies than they have to take our guns or tell us what books we can read.
6 drug police were eaten by bears while raiding a marijuana farm.
On your knees, you dirty hippies! Jesus. On your knees! What's the problem, officer?
Today, many cops who enforce pot laws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you gotta keep you and your gat intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Vadati.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon. That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
Cell 411 is a free app for Android and iOS that replaces government-controlled 911. Cell 411 allows you to preset a group of friends or private organizations to show up at any emergency. Cell 411 is a nightmare for the state because it proves their so-called services aren't needed. Cell 411 has had thousands of installs, and of course it's covered by the BIPCOT no government license. Cell 411 because your friends won't shoot you when you're in trouble. Without the government, who would build the emergency services? You and Cell 411. Get it today at getcell411.com.
More of the Call to Freedom is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Keene, the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, June 12th, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.79 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,295 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $19, and the average price of Bitcoin is $6,839. Antiwar.com reports on Monday, Doctors Without Borders, MSF, announced that they are suspending operations within northwest Yemen after Saudi warplanes attacked one of their medical sites. The attack badly damaged a cholera treatment center in the Abs region in northern Sadr province. The Saudi war and the Saudi-imposed naval blockade fueled the worst cholera outbreak in human history in Yemen over the past year, with over 1 million infected. There were no patients in the Abs facility at the time of the attack. Still, MSF says they have to suspend their operations out of concern for the safety of their staff and will keep their operations frozen until they get assurances that medical facilities will not be deliberately targeted. MSF mission head José Martins criticized the Saudi and UAE-led coalition, saying they show complete disrespect for medical facilities and patients. The Saudis have yet to comment on their latest attack, which is one of the many strikes on medical sites in northern Yemen.
For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports the Maine Bureau of Motor Vehicles, BMV, announced on Monday it will offer the option of a non-binary gender designation on driver's licenses and other identification cards. The BMV said in a statement that those who wish to identify as a non-binary gender will have to fill out a gender designation form, and the BMV will issue a sticker for the license or identification card that reads, "Gender has been changed to X, non-binary." By next year, the sticker will be phased out and the non-binary gender will be designated on driver's licenses and identification cards as X. The decision came after the Maine Human Rights Commission filed a complaint last year on behalf of Maine resident Ian Meredith Danae Lindsay, who wanted to be designated as a non-binary gender but did not have the option to do so. Danae Lindsay said, "Words cannot adequately express the relief I feel and how happy I am that my ID will now reflect such an integral part of my identity and who I am." Vermont and Washington earlier this year began offering a gender X designation on state documents, including driver's licenses, identification cards, and birth certificates. Zencash is the world's first private, distributed, and reliable platform for communications, transactions, and publishing. Zencash features documentation and wallets in many languages that are available for Linux, Mac, Windows, and Android devices. Learn more at zencash.com. That's zencash.com.
Reuters reports the U.S. Supreme Court on Monday revived Ohio's contentious policy of purging infrequent voters from registration rolls in a ruling powered by 5 conservative justices and denounced by liberal Justice Sonia Sotomayor as an endorsement of the disenfranchisement of minority and low-income Americans. In a 5-4 decision in the closely watched voting rights case, the High Court overturned a lower court's ruling that Ohio's policy violated a 1993 federal law enacted to make it easier to register to vote. All 4 of the liberal justices
dissented, and top Democrats said the decision will boost what they call Republican voter suppression efforts. But other states may now follow Ohio's lead. Voters purged from registration rolls who challenged the policy in the Republican-governed state argued that the practice illegally erased thousands of voters from registration rolls and disproportionately impacted minorities and the poor who tend to back Democratic candidates. The state said the policy was needed to keep voting rolls current, removing people who had moved away or died. Under Ohio's policy, if registered voters missed voting for 2 years, they were sent registration confirmation notices. If they did not respond or did not vote over the following 4 years, they were purged. 5 other states also removed voters from the registration list for failure to vote. The challengers called Ohio's policy the most aggressive. Many states over the past few decades have erected barriers to voting. The National Voter Registration Act, among other provisions, had forbade removing voters from registration lists for failing to vote. The challengers criticized what they called Ohio's use it or lose it policy that they said violated registered voters' rights to choose when to vote, noting that some voters do not cast a ballot when they do not support any of the candidates running. This has been FPP Radio News. Online at fppradio.com.
Nothing you do or say will ever reach the lofty heights attained by the following news summary. This is the Onion Week in Review. Facing increased market pressure and a shrinking bottom line, media company Star Trove was forced to lay off dozens of unskilled bloggers this week. Sources confirmed that before being dismissed, many of the bloggers had been with the company for months, regularly performing menial tasks such as describing celebrity outfits and composing quizzes about Disney characters.
I mean, I'd been with this company for almost a year. It wasn't the most rewarding job, and I didn't have health insurance, but it paid the bills. I'm already 25 years old. I just don't know where to go from here.
In other news, a 6-day visit to a rural African village completely changes a woman's Facebook profile picture. A new dating website helps plus-size Jewish plane crash survivors find love. And a kid figures he'll go down the slide 36 more times and then call it a day.
This is the Onion News Network.
The Call to Freedom is an opinion show. It's meant for informational purposes only. It is not licensed financial advice. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with or independently research and verify any information that you hear from the Call of Freedom and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. I mean, come on, guys. Duh. It's a cryptocurrency investment and a political talk radio. Of course, it's opinions.
Hold. Hold. Hold.
You better hold on for dear life, because it's time for the Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com. On the Call to Freedom.
All right, welcome back to the Call to Freedom on the Liberty Radio Network, LRN.FM. Your host, Will Coley, has stepped away for a moment. This is your co-host, Tom Gray, the legal... Is it Eagle or Beagle? I don't know what he calls me these days. Along with the Queen of Crypto herself.
Smeagol.
Something like that. Smeargle, I don't know. Along with the Queen of Crypto herself, you hear her right there, Aria DiMezzo. And this is the Crypto Hour. You heard the roller coaster sound. And if you are a holder of cryptocurrency, you are currently enjoying the market-wide downward slide.
I don't know if enjoy is the right word.
Yeah, it doesn't look all that enjoyable out there. I guess let's see what we're doing today. According to CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin is at 6301.37. It is down 4.25% over the last 24 hours. Ethereum is at 471.71. Ripple at 52.4 cents. Bitcoin Cash at 826.24. And that's around the size of it. Dash down 6.61% to 246. Monero is at 114.75. Just picking some of the ones that we talk about a lot on the show on the list. whole market continues to go down. We've talked about some of the potential reasons behind that. I personally, Aria, and you can riff on this if you like, I think some of the stories that have come out over the last week that kind of the mainstream media are blaming for the downward slide, like this hack of a little bitty exchange over in Korea and that kind of thing. I think what we're really seeing is that people who were on kind of the tail end of the normie buying spree, who were looking for an excuse to get out anyway, are seeing stuff like that hack over in Korea and using it as an excuse to do what they were going to do anyway, and that's what's causing the market to plunge a little bit. I think we're still burning off some of that chafe from the people who bought in at the very peak, not really knowing what they were buying into.
Well, people don't necessarily have to sell for the values to go down. They just have to be not buying.
True.
And I think that's the primary thing that we're seeing, and the news items about the hacks and all of that may have to do with it, but I think it's just going to come back to the fact that crypto people are not out there preaching the Bitcoin gospel like they were 7 months ago.
Right. And we talked about some of the reasons for that on this very show. There is an enthusiasm gap. Part of it, with Bitcoin in particular, I see.
Well, it is very hard to be enthusiastic when you open Coinami and see that you've lost 30% of your money in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, it is a little bit hard to be that bandwagon.
Because I've been holding Ethereum and Litecoin, and they are down by quite a lot.
Oof. Yeah, let's have a look. See. We talked. I mentioned Ethereum down below $500.
Everything's down.
Yep, that's what we've been talking about while you've been out, Will.
I got Bitcoin at $62.94, yo.
Yeah, we got it at $63.01 on CoinMarketCap. Litecoin for Aria there is under $100.
$92.50. Library credits are almost down to a dime. Yeah, I bought them at
You can get those for free.
I bought them at 40 cents.
Vertcoin holding at $1.05.
Oh, Vertcoin. Oh, yeah, I do see Vertcoin is still not quite under $1 yet.
Our friends at Zencash, $17.50. That's a buy.
Yeah. Oh, we got raked, guys. I've been fighting with this. I'm gonna have to have like an absolute war, I guess, with the t-shirt distributor. They charged us $4 a piece more for shirts than what we had agreed upon. Then we also had another. We had 4 shirt designs. They charged us for 5. They charged us for. Basically, they charged us $1.75 extra for one set of shirts than they were supposed to. Well, actually, it was 75 cents more. It was supposed to be 7, and they were $7.75. And the tank tops were supposed to be 7, and they were $9.75. So I'm pretty upset because they basically we will basically break even now if they don't refund me the money that they owe us. Because
Boo.
Yeah, not happy at all.
Breaking even sucks.
Yep, not happy at all. $800 for t-shirts, man. That's just for 4 designs. I have to charge $20 a piece to make our money back. And you know me, Aria. I charged 15, maybe 10.
Yeah, until the last day, and at that point, it can be
10.
A lot.
10.
I don't think I want to say that on the air.
10 is last
just encourages people to wait.
Well, no, because what happens, and a lot of people learn this the hard way, is because of the fact that I have multicolored shirts. My shirts aren't all the same color. If you see a hot pink "Taxation is Theft" with the Uncle Sam on it and in black writing, buy it because it's the only one I have. And if you wait until $10 Saturday to come back and get it, chances are it's already gone. And people learn that like the hard way because they were like, "Oh, well, Will drops his price on Saturday, so we'll just wait." And then they come back and they're like, "Where's that shirt I wanted?" And I'm like, "Oh, I sold that 2 days ago." Oh, well, but but I wanted it. Well, bro, I mean, you didn't want it enough to pay full price. Somebody else did. You know? Have a good day. What do you want me to do for you?
Bye-bye.
For real, yo. So, loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. So, yeah, you've got prices just everywhere. Everything's down. The whole market is down. Everybody's saying that it's probably because of the whole what do you call it? CoinRail.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. I'm holding to my. Yeah, I'm just holding to my. That's not what I was going to say. I'm just holding to my belief that that sort of story just gave people who wanted to get out, probably should have gotten out earlier because they weren't in it for the right reasons in the first place, just gave them an excuse.
Listen to how it says the world's sixth largest cryptocurrency fell to $93 at 1510 UTC, the lowest level since December the 8th, and is currently trading at $95.80 on Bitfinex, down 9% in just 24 hours. Hitcoin will revisit $100 before, in the short term, before returning its drop toward $80. The 48% drop from the May high of 182, wow, that's a huge drop, has turned the tide in favor of the bears. However, the sell-off looks overdone, and the Daily Relative Strength Index has nosedived into oversold territory below 30 for the first time in over 2 months. Currently, the RSI is hovering around 26, indicating oversold conditions, so the sell-off, well, it may run out of steam in the next 48 hours or so. Interesting, while Litecoin is looking oversold at a time when short positions on the Bitfinex exchange are at the highest level since October the 12th. So when we get back here, we're going to talk about Ethereum in Afghanistan. That's right. How is Ethereum changing the life of young girls in Afghanistan?
We've all heard about blockchain assets like Dogecoin, Ether, and Ripple. Bitcoin isn't the only player in the blockchain game any longer. And for those of us wondering how to get our hands on these digital assets, finally, there's a solution. Shapeshift.io allows you to buy and sell between your digital assets and Bitcoin instantly between your own digital wallets. I've used it with ease. Shapeshift.io. There's no account or email address needed. You send them the crypto you want to sell. They send back the crypto you want to buy. It's that easy. Shapeshift.io.
Uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what the readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. freedomsphoenix.com, constantly providing the information, the real news about government policies, and the real relationship we all have with the coercive government. The real condition of the economy, innovations in technology, breakthroughs in energy, health, and computer science. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media. The corporate media, nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but now there's an alternative. freedomsphoenix.com. Constant news updates on the issues that affect your life in the most important ways. With liberty and property under constant attack, freedomsphoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda, and it encourages the participation of its readers. Go to freedomsphoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, phoenix.com. freedomsphoenix.com. The revolution between the ears has already happened.
LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.info, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.info today to find out more.
Did you know you can get news updates about what's happening with the Liberty Radio Network delivered in the way you prefer? You can sign up for our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. Plus, you can stay in the loop by joining our Facebook profile at facebook.lrn.fm or follow us at Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm. It's all free, so sign up now at updates.lrn.fm for news updates delivered to your email box, facebook.lrn.fm to follow our Facebook page, and twitter.lrn.fm to receive our tweets.
Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it. And once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world. So I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here. And I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, add yourself to the Shire map at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for a free bumper sticker, flyers, banners, graphics, and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
You are listening to Call to Freedom's Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com. आप सुन रहे हैं स्वतंत्रता की पुकार के क्रिप्टो आवर को, जिसके प्रस्तुत करता है Helium.com.
Back into the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. Broadcasting live from our Zencash studio here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. It is another wonderful day here in the Shire. Would love for you to come up here and join us if you ever get a chance. We are about to get into a wonderful story that I wanted to cover yesterday, but we weren't able to get a chance to get into. This here, it says, forget prices, man. Ethereum is offering a different value in Afghanistan. Young women coders in Afghanistan are getting a chance to use Ethereum's cryptocurrency. Revealed exclusively, Code to Inspire, CTI, a nonprofit for teaching women in Afghanistan to write code, has partnered with the Bounties Network to allow students to accept Ethereum for fixing vulnerabilities for businesses or projects posting bounties. According to Farishte Foro, the founder of CTI, the women have already begun earning the second largest cryptocurrency by total value. The partnership was first inked in May, and once the women were set up with MetaMask accounts and software wallets, they began earning between $10 and $80 bounties, depending on the project that they completed. While Foro didn't expand on how much Ether altogether has been collected by the women, this isn't her first foray into facilitating crypto payments to remote workers in Afghanistan. In 2014, Foro collaborated with fellow Afghan entrepreneur Roya Mahboob to offer Afghan women the ability to earn Bitcoin by blogging. But the program ran into roadblocks since there wasn't a local cryptocurrency exchange to provide liquidity, and most of the bloggers didn't have bank accounts anyway, whereby they could get a global exchange to transfer the converted crypto into local cash. The challenge has been to exchange the Bitcoin for local fiat currencies, Foro told CoinDesk. At the time, Foro said that the other CTI representatives would accept the women's cryptocurrency and give them cash in return. But this process has its drawbacks. Foro continued, even now, when they're saving crypto in any form, there's still the same challenges of how can we exchange with them for the local currency or dollars. Ether is unlikely to fare much better in those conditions, but regardless, Foro believes that exposing the women to Ethereum and cryptocurrency broadly has had priceless educational value. I personally think it's a good idea to have digital literacy or financial literacy, the knowledge especially for women in Afghanistan that are limited from accessing a lot of financial resources, such as banks, Foro said. It's an amazing technology. Not only in the case of financial aspects, but also in terms of using blockchain technology to create different products that could tackle maybe one of these local access issues. Plus, because the Bounties Network doesn't only offer technical assignments where there are translation jobs and other projects on the site, the girls might better engage with the Ethereum community as they learn the code. Because it's a task which you can create for anything with a reward at the end, you could potentially use it for so many different collaborations. Simona Pop, head of community at Bounties Network, told CoinDesk. Case in point, the partnership has launched a MetaMask course for CTI students and will soon create an online store where students can buy and sell products and services they and their classmates develop in the broader course. I think it's an awesome idea. I've actually been a fan of CTI for a while. Have you guys ever heard of CTI before?
I have not.
I have not.
No, really? CTI, the Muslims for Liberty website actually covered CTI back in, I want to say all the way back in 2012 or 2013 when they first got their start. We did a fundraiser for them. We've been promoting their work for quite a few years. Actually, I really don't know why we haven't had Foro in here to talk about what they've been doing. I'm really disappointed in me for the fact that I've known her for so many years and I didn't go like, hey, of course, why haven't I called you yet? So, but yeah, I think it's a brilliant idea. It originally started out with girls writing code. They were raising Bitcoin to they were raising Bitcoin in order to open this school to teach girls to write code. Where is it at? I know that there's coverage of it that we did. Davi Barker wrote it, I believe. Nope, I don't see it. Maybe it got taken down. I'd have to spend some time looking it up. But I know that we covered this back in 2012 when they did their first, because we were involved in the first round of fundraising for this effort. Not Cult of Freedom, but another organization that I work for. So I'm glad to see that.
I know that I've heard about the Afghan women learning to code thing before.
I'm glad that they're moving forward. I'm glad they're finding successes. And now they're moving on to a totally new cryptocurrency, he's saying. But I do see something now when I was talking to my father-in-law, like we were talking about setting up businesses in a mall in Kenya with AnyPay. And that was the number one issue with AnyPay was not having the ability to get out of the Bitcoin once you got paid in it. Not being able to get the Bitcoin. Like the AnyPay system would be great in Kenya, but
right. And if they can't get out of it and they can't use it at a store, then you're
they can't get into it either.
Not paying them.
There's no way for them to buy the currency or to get the currency itself. So they can't get their money from shillings into Bitcoin, and then once they get it into Bitcoin, they don't know how to get it out. Like there's literally no exchanges so that they can put their Swahili shillings in. There's no way for them to gain access to the coins themselves. That's what basically torpedoed the whole project of setting. We were going to set an entire mall up with any pay. But when it all came down to it, it was like, well, why would they put in these new systems when no one can access Bitcoins themselves? You know? So anyway, these are ideas, the crypto community needs to be addressing. Accessibility. Why would we have mass adoption before we have mass accessibility? Ponder that. We'll be right back here on the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market. Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. Physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com.
Hi, this is Mark Edge of Free Talk Live. Michael W. Dean's book, User's Manual for the Human Experience, changed my life. In a culture that attempts to turn you into a compliant victim, this book gives you implementable steps on everything from how to be aware of your environment walking down the street to business, to how to handle a toxic person in your life. If you're a human, you need to read this book at least once. Go to Amazon and get the Kindle version, or paperback, or an audiobook of A User's Manual for the Human Experience.
Anyone can publish on the internet, but not everyone is publishing material suited for online reading. According to the Yahoo Style Guide, it cautions that internet content has a few seconds, 3 or less, to encourage people to read more, to take action, or navigate to another one of your pages. So make it easy for readers to pick and choose. Isn't that the way you poke around online? Use short words, short sentences, short paragraphs, bulleted lists, and short pages. Front load what you write, putting the most important information at the beginning of headlines and paragraphs and sentences. Same goes for your keywords, what someone would likely type into the search box on Yahoo or Google. For more tips on communicating better online or in a job interview or everyday life, hit survivalspeech.com. I'm Holland Cook.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.FM running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.FM comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's broadcast.lrn.fm. Free Talk Live, the show where anyone can call about whatever they want. And we do mean anyone.
Homeland Security teaching the Boy Scouts of America to do black ops missions and destroy disgruntled veterans returning.
Did you just say that they are training the Boy Scouts to do black op missions?
Of course they are. There's funding from the Department of Homeland Security. There's grants and
Wait, what kind of black ops are we talking about here? Just like spying on the neighbors, seeing if they're putting their recycling in the wrong bin, or what?
It goes deeper than that. To teach the 12 and 13, 14-year-olds how to do paintball stuff, and the target is supposedly disgruntled veterans.
What?
They're preparing them to take on returning veterans that have been labeled disgruntled. That's part of the indoctrination.
They're preparing the Boy Scouts to take them on? Like what, in a firefight? To hand-to-hand combat?
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern. Live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM. Some of our live shows are streamed in HD on Twitch. Please follow and share at twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Crypto Hour on the Call to Freedom, brought to you by Helium.com. Unasikiliza Crypto Hour inayohusu wito wa uhuru, imeletwa kwako na Helium.com.
All right, welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. Broadcasting live from our Zencash studio here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And we've been talking about girls in Afghanistan girls in Afghanistan that are learning to code and that are using that knowledge to empower themselves in local economies. So we've got, let's see here. We've got, says, speaking of what's called a circular economy. Speaking of what's called a circular economy, whereby the women can be compensated in Ethereum and then use that Ethereum to buy other products. This has been a real problem with crypto adoption in the developing world. And it's a problem that often requires systematic change. Whereas
I don't think circular economy means what the author thinks it means.
Right. Whereas Venezuelan cryptocurrency enthusiasts can use Bitcoin, Ether, and even Zcash to buy rice, diapers, and other essentials.
In Venezuela. That's great.
Right. Online, you then have those items shipped to their home. This isn't true in Afghanistan, where Farouz said the postal service isn't reliable and many roads and houses aren't marked like they are in other parts of the world. Still, cryptocurrencies gained some traction in the country since Farouz started the experiment in 2014. For instance, a few Facebook pages and other websites show that money traders are looking for information on accessing cryptocurrency. But Janae Gak, an Afghan-American Bitcoin enthusiast who works for communities in her homeland, isn't super optimistic about the prospect for Ether in Afghanistan. People in the country are still asking pretty simple questions about the industry, mostly about Bitcoin at this point, and she's only had one Afghan trader ask her about Ethereum. According to her, one thing that could help, though, is if the in-person money sellers, called Sarafis, were to start trading cryptocurrencies.
Well, is there some significance to in-person money sellers that, like, is it... I just noticed you showing some familiarity with the word, so I was wondering if it's an Islamic concept or if it's just endemic to Afghanistan itself.
It's just the word that they use for the money traders, because you have people in Afghanistan, you have money from all over the world. And, you know, you also have different monies within the country, different trade values within the country, and you have to trade for one for the other. So a lot of people come in and they've got Pakistani ringgits, but they need Afghan currency. So they sell the Pakistani ringgits to the Sarafis. Right. And it says here's kind of an explanation here. Afghans rarely trust financial institutions or corresponding mobile apps to convert currency, and instead prefer to use Sarafis, who deal with a multitude of fiat currencies used across war-torn Afghanistan. And if Sarafis got involved, people might move over to cryptocurrency as a long-term store of value rather than putting their savings in gold and other physical goods, which can lead to a number of issues like they do today. Still, even with much development to be done in Afghanistan to make it ripe for cryptocurrency adoption, Farouz sees the partnership with Bounty's network to give her students an introduction to Ethereum is a beneficial step on a long road toward financial independence. A lot of women are not able to travel to other cities. Some families don't want their daughters to travel alone by themselves or to work in other cities, Farouz said, adding, if there are single-digit chances for them to work in Herat, there are a million opportunities online. Herat is the third largest city in Afghanistan and home to CTI, although the nonprofit will allow women to take classes or work online instead of coming to the office. As such, CTI provides them with employment opportunities that they might not have in their home cities. I think it's a good thing for students to do projects online and get paid. It could be very useful for our students, especially our web design students, CTI mentor Alim Daneshayar, whose first experience with cryptocurrency was getting paid in it through a CTI class. Plus, since Faroe feels like the broader blockchain industry overlooks war zones like Afghanistan, she hopes that teaching these women how to earn crypto will be the first step in seeing homegrown technological solutions to local challenges. In Faroe's mind, the opportunity to engage with the global economy and become familiar with cryptocurrency wallets might prove more valuable, in the short term at least, than the digital coins themselves. There are girls in Afghanistan that they know how to code, Faroe said, adding, and they're only going to change the future of Afghanistan, their country, just by accessing this 21st century knowledge. Again, as I said before, I think this is an absolutely awesome and amazing project. We're going to have to post something so that you can have the ability to donate some Ethereum or some Bitcoin to their effort. We're definitely going to get that out on the Twitter page today and on our Facebook page today as well. So, what do you guys think? What's your opinion there, Arya? You don't know? Do you know how to write code? You know how to write code, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I'm not great at it, but I do know how. And I've actually gotten about 20% of the way through a game that I was making.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I guess the difference here for Arya is that we have a glut of people here who know how to code. Probably not nearly as many people that know how to do what Arya does as far as tech support.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a tremendous opportunity not just to develop skills for these people, but to differentiate themselves within their own economy, where it's an emergent technology and emergent skill set.
Well, my homeland also hasn't been bombed into the Stone Age.
True.
Yet. Wait till the next Democrat gets into office.
So I do have that advantage.
Oh, but you're moving to New Hampshire, so you'll even be safe from the, eventual second Civil War that certain elements on the blue side want to start.
They don't care much for the Free State Project.
Who's that?
The general.
Oh,
the people that I refer to as the alt left.
Yes. Oh, they hate us. Absolutely hate us.
I mean, isn't there a website like freestateprojectwatch.com or something like that?
Yeah, there's like there used to be a Stop Free Keene one, then there was a Stop the Free State Project one. They're all run out of Massachusetts and what's the state in Connecticut and New Jersey? Like the people who run these efforts, they don't even live in New Hampshire. They live somewhere else.
Yeah, but you're bringing freedom too close to them.
Yeah.
And they can't handle that.
Basically, that's the long. That seems to be the long and the short of it.
But I think that learning to code and learning the 21st century skills, as the Afghan women are, could in fact prevent their country from being bombed in the future, because it's our technological edge that allows us to do things like that. Go, what are you going to do about it? And in the 21st century, that technological edge is coding and eventually AI.
All right, well, when we get back here on the other side of the break on this wonderful crypto hour, we're going to be moving on to how Tether manipulation has been pushing up Bitcoin prices, according to one set of Texas researchers.
My name is Jacob Hornberger. I'm president of the Future of Freedom Foundation, which Congressman Ron Paul awarded for having an outstanding freedom website. Write us at fff@fff.org, and we'll send you a free 3-month subscription to our monthly journal of libertarian essays and our booklet, Economic Liberty in the Constitution, which George Mason University economics professor Walter Williams praised in a recent column. That's fff@fff.org.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America. as well as sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
The 3 most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2. Buy the things you buy online through shop.lrn.fm. 3. Give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. It's my firm belief that the AMP program is the best use of your charitable dollar among liberty-oriented groups. Support all your favorite organizations, but make sure you give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. Radio is the most personal of mediums. I exist right now in your head. If you listen to Free Talk Live regularly, you know me. Free Talk Live is on more than 160 radio stations around the U.S. and has been downloaded on every continent around the world. Hundreds of thousands of listeners with ad packages from $600 a month to $6,000 a month. Imagine what we can do for your business, project, website, or idea. Email me, mark@freetalklive.com.
Did you know we've taken our LRN.FM telephone listen line to a new level with the LRN.FM audio on demand line? Now you can call 712-770-8447 anytime and listen to LRN.FM's live feed. And you can listen to a bunch of our original shows on demand. Long distance fees may apply. Just dial 712-770-8447 and choose from the menu. 712-770-8447.
Hi, I'm Derek J. I don't want a politician to represent me. To me, government is the idea that one group of people can coerce everyone to comply with an edict or face increasing punishments up to and including death. Despite perhaps the most noble of intentions, the best government services are a far cry from what could be provided for by voluntary interactions. Besides, the people who call themselves the government wage wars and put peaceful people in jail for crimes involving no victims. If Starbucks used some of its money to drop bombs, I wouldn't shop there. So why would I support the American empire? The empire does not require my consent.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com. That's victimlesscrimespree.com.
Love what we do? Please help support our international satellite channels at patreon.lrn.fm. That's patreon.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com, on the call to freedom on LRN.FM. أنتم تستمعون إلى The Crypto Hour، يقدم إليكم برعاية Helium.com على برنامج نداء للحرية على LRN.FM.
And I am coming from New York City, New York. Let me tell you guys that I am so excited. I am so happy. I am really so thrilled to be right now sharing this amazing, glorious, super, and exciting moment of my life with all of you guys. And let me tell you that we are really changing the world as we know it. The world is not anymore the way it used to be. No, no, no. Be connected.
Welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. We are broadcasting live from the Zencash studio here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And right now, I don't know why I forgot to turn my camera around today, but if you were looking at, if the camera happened to be on Daryl, if you see Daryl and you're watching this right now, what he's doing is he's over there putting together a dozen motion wallets, a dozen paper motion wallets. We're going to be bringing those with us to. We're going to be bringing those with us, and what he's doing is he's covering up the private keys, but we're going to be bringing those with us to Forkfest and Porkfest. We're going to be handing them out to people in the audience in the media room. So if you come to Forkfest or Porkfest, you have an opportunity to win free motion wallets. We're going to be giving away free motion wallets with about $12 to $16 worth of motion on each one. All you got to do to get one, come be a customer at our stall or be in the audience on the 5 days that we are broadcasting live, the 4 days actually that we're broadcasting. Well, no, 5 days. 5 days we'll be broadcasting live from the media room, from the Zencash media room there at the Porcupine Freedom Festival. Now, all of this frivolity starts off with... all this frivolity starts off with Forkfest. Now, you can come join liberty-minded anarchist activists and other libertarians for Forkfest in the beautiful White Mountains of New Hampshire at Rogers Campground from June 14th. That's tomorrow! From tomorrow through June the 18th. And then on June the 18th, Porkfest will begin, and it will continue on through June the 24th. But if you come to Forkfest, well, you see, Forkfest is a different kind of party. It's a fork of other camping parties in the woods, and nobody's in control. Porkfest is basically... Forkfest is what Porkfest was when we were all in our 20s and didn't have kids yet. And now all the Porkfest people are married and have 5-year-olds. So now Porkfest is a family event, and Forkfest is what Porkfest used to be. So if you want to have that good old-fashioned liberty time that you used to have at Porkfest, come to Forkfest. And if you want to stick around and have more fun with your family in a more kid-friendly environment, then stick around for Porkfest as well. As I said, we've got lots of free money. The Motion is offering a total of 4,000 Motion coins. That's $4,000 worth of Motion coins for us to give away over the course of the two festivals, not including these wallets. Not including these wallets. Motion is giving away $4,000 worth of Motion this week, from the 14th to the 24th. So for the next 10 days, our goal while we're at Forkfest and Porkfest is to give away about $400 worth of Motion a day. But you got to be there. You got to be at one of the festivals to get the opportunity to win this free money. So get your tickets to Porkfest. Don't get tickets to Forkfest because, you don't need tickets. You just need to get your campsite or rent a hotel room. I'll be staying at the Awesome Cabot Inn, but we will still have our vending stall that will open on Sunday. We'll show up on Saturday. We'll have our Zencash t-shirts and our kid shirts and tank top. We'll have all kinds of stuff. So, anyway, yeah. So, back to the news. We were hinting at the fact that Tether is being used to manipulate currency prices, Bitcoin in particular.
Is it the whole point of Tether that it's supposed to stay the same?
Right. Well, since U.S. dollar-pegged Tether has been used to support Bitcoin's price during the market downturns, a new study published by the University of Texas at Austin, according to University of Texas at Austin professors, John Griffin and Amin Shams of the University of Texas Austin's Department of Finance published a study Wednesday linking the stable coin with Bitcoin prices during the 2017 price increases. The published study states that the researchers used algorithms to analyze the blockchain data, and we find that purchases with Tether are timed following market downturns and result in sizable increase in Bitcoin prices. This produced a clear link between the printing of new Tether tokens and Bitcoin's price increases, following bear runs, according to the study, stating, quote, by mapping the blockchain of Bitcoin and Tether, we're able to establish that entities associated with Bitfinex's exchange use Tether to purchase Bitcoin when prices are falling. Such price-supporting activities are successful as Bitcoin prices rise. Wait a second. That's how prices always rise, no matter what you buy it with. Right? Or did I miss something? Isn't buying something more what raises the price? I mean, that's how it works, right? Like I didn't sleep through economics that day. I know I was in class.
I mean, it's especially true about cryptocurrencies whose value is driven entirely by demand.
Well, they're saying that if you buy Bitcoin with dollar tethers, that it's price supporting. So is it not price supporting if you buy Bitcoin with other currency? Like, because most exchanges...
Yes, so if you buy it with the dollar that it's tethered to directly, wouldn't that also be price supporting or whatever you say?
But you can't really do that on exchanges.
Yeah, you can. There are a few, at least Coinbase, that accept
cash.
Well,
but yeah, that's not like Cryptopia and HitBTC, like the kind of exchanges most people use. Most people go to Coinbase to buy their Bitcoin and then transfer it from one place to the other. But a lot of people that do day trading, they don't really mess with Coinbase and places like that. They have crypto and they transfer from one to the other. And at most of these exchanges, you have 3 to 5 different currencies that are considered what they call, I think the proper term is exchange currencies. So like if you go to Cryptopia, for example, the currencies that you can use to buy coins with are Bitcoin, dollar tethers, New Zealand dollar tethers. It used to be Dogecoin and Litecoin. As far as I know, those were closed. So now you can buy it with Bitcoin, dollar tethers, and New Zealand dollar tethers. So if I buy them with New Zealand dollar tethers, does that suddenly not a price supporting activity? Because basically what they're saying is that when Bitcoin crashes, a bunch of traders buy the FUD and and that pushes the price back up. But they did it with dollar tethers, so that shows a conspiracy. I mean, that's basically what this looks like to me. The two notably discovered that it does not take a large amount of tether to prop Bitcoin's price. Less than 1% of extreme exchange of tether for Bitcoin has substantial aggregates of price effects. I'm sorry, but extreme amounts of exchanging Dogecoin for Bitcoin is going to have the same effect. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. This is from people that like these idiots are teaching our kids. You want to understand the dumbing down of America? Right here, folks. Right here. People that don't understand the basics of economics, and they're like, oh, I'm a professor of economics, and I think that if you buy stuff during a dip and you buy a bunch of it, it'll push the price back up. Well, yeah. That's how this works, stupid. That's how all of this works. You buy more, prices go up. Supply and demand. It's simple economics.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and commentary in the FPP Freedom Minute and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio at fppradio.com, and the monthly newspaper FPP News at news.fpp.cc. Find FPP online at fpp.cc. That's fpp.cc, as in Creative Commons.
Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
This Your Family Today tip is brought to you by Nestle Toll House Refrigerated Cookie Dough. Who would you bake some love for? Find fun and easy baking ideas at tollhouse.com. Kids love doing arts and crafts projects, especially when you join in. Try channeling all that artistic energy into the kitchen and bake up some creative treats together. Think of your art supplies as the frosting, sprinkles, and decorating gels, and use cookies or cupcakes as your canvas. For more tips like these, visit us at parenthood.com/yourfamilytoday.
More of the Call to Freedom is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, June 12th, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.79 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,295 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $19, and the average price of Bitcoin is $6,839. Antiwar.com reports on Monday, Doctors Without Borders, MSF, announced that they are suspending operations within northwest Yemen after Saudi warplanes attacked one of their medical sites. The attack badly damaged a cholera treatment center in the Abs region in northern Sadr province. The Saudi war and the Saudi-imposed naval blockade fueled the worst cholera outbreak in human history in Yemen over the past year, with over 1 million infected. There were no patients in the Abs facility at the time of the attack. Still, MSF says they have to suspend their operations out of concern for the safety of their staff and will keep their operations frozen until they get assurances that medical facilities will not be deliberately targeted. MSF mission head José Martins criticized the Saudi and UAE-led coalition, saying they show complete disrespect for medical facilities and patients. The Saudis have yet to comment on their latest attack, which is one of the many strikes on medical sites in northern Yemen. For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports the Maine Bureau of Motor Vehicles, BMV, announced on Monday it will offer the option of a non-binary gender designation on driver's licenses and other identification cards. The BMV said in a statement that those who wish to identify as a non-binary gender will have to fill out a gender designation form, and the BMV will issue a sticker for the license or identification card that reads, "Gender has been changed to X, non-binary." By next year, the sticker will be phased out and the non-binary gender will be designated on driver's licenses and identification cards as X. The decision came after the Maine Human Rights Commission filed a complaint last year on behalf of Maine resident Ian Meredith Danae Lindsay, who wanted to be designated as a non-binary gender but did not have the option to do so. Danae Lindsay said, "Words cannot adequately express the relief I feel and how happy I am that my ID will now reflect such an integral part of my identity and who I am." Vermont and Washington earlier this year began offering a gender X designation on state documents, including driver's licenses, identification cards, and birth certificates. Zencash is the world's first private, distributed, and reliable platform for communications, transactions, and publishing. Zencash features documentation and wallets in many languages that are available for Linux, Mac, Windows, and Android devices. Learn more at zencash.com. That's zencash.com. Reuters reports the U.S. Supreme Court on Monday revived Ohio's contentious policy of purging infrequent voters from registration rolls in a ruling powered by 5 conservative justices and denounced by liberal Justice Sonia Sotomayor as an endorsement of the disenfranchisement of minority and low-income Americans. In a 5-4 decision in the closely watched voting rights case, the High Court overturned a lower court's ruling that Ohio's policy violated a 1993 federal law enacted to make it easier to register to vote. All 4 of the liberal justices dissented, and top Democrats said the decision will boost what they call Republican voter suppression efforts. But other states may now follow Ohio's lead. Voters purged from registration rolls who challenged the policy in the Republican-governed state argued that the practice illegally erased thousands of voters from registration rolls and disproportionately impacted minorities and the poor who tend to back Democratic candidates. The state said the policy was needed to keep voting rolls current, removing people who had moved away or died. Under Ohio's policy, if registered voters missed voting for 2 years, they were sent registration confirmation notices. If they did not respond or did not vote over the following 4 years, they were purged. 5 other states also removed voters from the registration list for failure to vote. The challengers called Ohio's policy the most aggressive. Many states over the past few decades have erected barriers to voting. The National Voter Registration Act, among other provisions, had forbade removing voters from registration lists for failing to vote. The challengers criticized what they called Ohio's use it or lose it policy that they said violated registered voters' rights to choose when to vote, noting that some voters do not cast a ballot when they do not support any of the candidates running. This has been FPP Radio News. Online at fppradio.com.
A heroic broken sewage pipe floods Congress with waste. Johnson & Johnson introduces new leave-in Q-tips. This Thursday, local youth Andrew Robillard told reporters he had no idea why he couldn't wear his Iron Man costume to his grandfather's funeral. Robillard, whose grandfather passed away this week after complications from a stroke, vented his frustration to reporters and noted that his grandpa, quote, probably wouldn't even care if he dressed like Iron Man at the funeral.
Iron Man is awesome. I want to wear my Iron Man suit. I am Iron Man.
And in tech news, a news website refers to its users' ceaseless exchange of racial slurs as a discussion. In other news, Guinness World Records promotes the man who can lift 27 pounds with his tongue to editor-in-chief. Thursday's cry is moved up to Wednesday due to a scheduling conflict, and a family watches in silence as dad checks out the waitress.
This is the Onion News Network.
This is Angel Clark, and you're listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
Welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. It is the final hour of our, what is this, Wednesday now, drive home episode of the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. Our last couple days here in the studio before we'll be taking off for days and days of fun and more fun. Oh yeah, it should be great. Now, we've got a couple different things I wanted to cover here. We've got feminists pissing and moaning about Jordan Peterson end up shooting themselves in the face. Hey, libertarians, you know what? Maybe Republicans just aren't that into you. Could be. Unless you want to run Republicans like Bill Weld, and then they'll love you. And then we've got one here from Tom, says a proposed bipartisan bill could dramatically weaken the ability for legislators to extricate the United States from armed conflict. And of course, it's co-sponsored by who, Tom?
Bob Corker and
Bastard.
Tim Kaine.
Bastards. Tim Kaine.
who the GOP basically just handed another 6 years as senator from Virginia by nominating an actual, like, white nationalist sympathizer.
Tim Kaine. Didn't he run with Hillary? It was Clinton and Kaine, right?
Yup.
Oh, so you mean Hillary Clinton's running mate is pushing a bill to make sure we never, ever leave war? No.
I haven't read the details, but the general gist of the article is that they're looking for a way to make the AUMF, the authorization for the use of military force that originally authorized the Afghanistan and then the Iraq wars, more permanent. Basically like a permanent declaration, or at least assent to military force by Congress.
Well, we are currently raising a generation of Americans that have never, ever known peace in their lifetime. And we've already honestly raised a generation. My daughter is 18 years old.
I've never known a day of peace.
She has never known a day of... She hasn't been cognizant for a day of her life that didn't involve the war on terror. She was about a year old when 9/11 happened, so she wasn't old enough to remember it happened. And if she were to leave today for the military...
I mean, war didn't start with 9/11, though.
Well, that's where most people acknowledge that, at least are willing to acknowledge that it began. I mean, we were bombing Muslim countries since the 50s, but, you know.
Yeah, it's where the AUMF came from,
yes.
And that's what's relevant here.
The AUMF came from Vietnam.
The current version of it, though, the one that's open-ended to the quote-unquote war on terror, originated with 9/11.
Well, already...
Like there have been AUMFs for every undeclared war after World War II, because that was the last declared one. But when I say the AUMF, I'm referring to the one that was passed post 9/11, the one that I believe Ron Paul was the only one who voted against it.
I think Cynthia McKinney also voted against it.
Yes, that's right.
Already, and she's unemployed and considered a moonbat to the left now, oddly enough. Already,
she was a moonbat before, but a moonbat who was right on that issue.
Already, every single spring, roughly 3.5 million high school graduates reach adulthood. And they've got no memory of a time when their country wasn't waging multiple wars. This undemocratic forever war is a civic disaster. The United States is at war in so many places, against so many groups that the majority of citizens would struggle to name half of them. And no reader can name all of them, unless an official with access to highly classified information is among us, because the identity of some of the groups the United States is fighting are state secrets. Last year, when 4 Americans died in Niger, multiple United States senators declared their surprise that the military they oversee had troops deployed in that country. I mean, what are my freedoms doing in Niger? Well, the American public elected successive presidents Barack Obama and Donald Trump, who expressed skepticism of foreign wars that they didn't end. And members of the U.S. Congress have been unwilling to endorse several of the wars that successive presidents waged anyway, despite their unpopularity and often illegality. Last Friday, 1 American was killed and 4 wounded in fighting in Somalia, though it's unlikely that a proposal to put boots on the ground there would ever be able to pass Congress. The need for action, for Congress to act, to rein in the president, to protect American blood and treasure, to preserve Republican government, to reassert its lawful constitutional authority over war that myself as a Democrat didn't care about for the last 8 years, has never been more urgent, with the single exception of the years fighting in Vietnam. Another conflict started by a Democrat and ended by a Republican. I mean, another conflict that began without a declaration of war and stretched across multiple presidencies, resulting in the deaths of 58,220 Americans.
Because after all, American lives are the only ones that count when measuring whether a war should have ended or not.
Well, I think that's part of the thing, is like Obama got a pass because we didn't put American boots on the ground in the countries that we started bombing while he was in office. We sent drones, and drones are okay because drones don't kill your kids. Drones only kill their kids. Yeah. Drones don't kill you. Don't kill your kids. They only kill their kids. So, let's see here. The need for Congress to act, Brandon. You know, I love this. Like blood and treasure, right? Because remember, blood.
He's like one word off from virtue signaling to Nazis,
right? Because blood and soil, that's Nazism. But blood and treasure, American blood and treasure is perfectly fine.
Yeah, I got hung up on that phrase a little bit too.
Yeah, right. To avert a catastrophe like this, prominent Republicans and Democrats have been urging Congress to reassert itself on the matter where the president is permitted to wage war and expressing their belief that Who? Prominent Republicans and Democrats have been urging... Who? Rand Paul? His soft-handed milquetoast nonsense? Who? Don't tell me, please God, don't tell me Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, Mr. I never saw a bill to pay for bombs I didn't want to vote for? No, I'm sorry. Who? Who are these people? Where are these Congress critters that this guy's talking about? There's prominent Republicans and Democrats, and they're urging Congress. Who? All I have seen is one lay down after the other, saying, you know what? We gave too much power to Bush, so let's pass 4 laws giving more power to Obama. And now that Trump's in office, they're still doing it. They're still doing it. Democrats are voting for bills that will strengthen the presidency. Who on earth are these people talking about? Tom, do you know?
I believe it's mostly hypothetical, to be honest.
No, it says right here that prominent Democrats and Republicans have been urging Congress. Who the hell are they talking about?
Again, just because it says it in the Slate article doesn't mean it's true, you know?
Well, it's the Atlantic, but...
Oh, yeah. Same difference.
They're like, oh, there's all these prominent Republicans and Democrats, and they're preaching against war. Where are these prominent political voices? And I don't see them. I see Rand Paul kind of half-ass a little bit every once in a while, like, maybe we shouldn't send quite so many bombs to Saudi Arabia. But that's all I ever see. I never see him say, like, let's bring all the troops home. He don't say stuff like that anymore. He's not dumb enough to say stuff like that anymore.
What do you shop for that you could otherwise buy at Amazon? Pretty much everything, right? Amazon has competitive pricing and they deliver, and that's a big plus. If you could plan ahead in your shopping, would you be interested in saving up to 33%? There's a catch. You have to do your shopping in Bitcoin. But imagine those savings. It's like a huge raise. All you have to do is go to saveitpurse.com. We've saved thousands, and you can too. Plan ahead and save. Saveitpurse.com. On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you amp Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com.
Did you know you can listen to LRN.FM via our free-to-air satellite channels? We have channels over nearly all of North America and much of Africa. All you need is an affordable receiver and a dish as small as 30 inches. There are no monthly fees. Learn more at sat.lrn.fm. Plus, if you are a broadcaster or want to be one, this is a good delivery method for our content. See our coverage maps and get details at sat.lrn.fm. That's sat.lrn.fm. sat.lrn.fm. Looking for a great real estate investment? Consider New Hampshire, which is ground zero for the Liberty Movement. Your first call should be to Mark Worden from Porcupine Real Estate. He's more than just a real estate agent. He's your New Hampshire concierge. Where are the best places to live? Do you want farm, city, the burbs, or forest? Do you want a duplex or multifamily building so that renters pay your mortgage? There are homes in all price ranges in New Hampshire, and Mark can help with financing too. Invest in Liberty and property. Mark Worden can help.
PorcupineRealEstate.com.
Here's a chance to do a little activism while you're cruising Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Between the LOL cats, the recipes, the hot girls, and the inspirational sunrise memes, Free Talk Live's posts pass by your newsfeed. Like them, comment. It gives us more exposure. If you don't see our posts, click like at facebook.freetalklive.com and then hover over it to click Get Notifications. It's an easy way to spread the ideas of liberty a bit further. I know you're busy, but you can spare that 1/10 of a calorie it takes to click on something. facebook.freetalklive.com.
The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com.
This is the Liberty Radio Network, broadcasting the latest liberty-oriented audio content 24 hours a day at LRN.FM.
You are listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
تستمتعون إلى برنامج نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.FM.
All right, welcome back into the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. Broadcasting live from the ZenCast studio here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. If you're on social media, particularly the PorcFest's page, you'll see that we've got a picture of Mr. Daryl W. Perry in one of our new ZenCash tank tops. Now, those tank tops are available in multiple colors. That one that you see Daryl in, there's only one left in that color. There's red, there's pink, there's blue, there's green, there's orange, there's neon yellow, there's chalk gray, not chalk gray, but slate gray. There's all different colors, unbleached cotton. Daryl got one of two that are in that blue, and I have a feeling I'll probably end up with the other one. We've also got tons of other shirts for the festival coming. We're not going to make it on the Motion Project shirts, unfortunately, because, well, too late. Motion Project got in a little too late, but we will have. I've got a stack here of Motion Project wallets that we will be giving away while we're at the festival at the festival this year. And Motion Project has set aside for people who, while we're at the festival, say you come to PorcFest and you sit in on the open mic, and me and Ari are sitting there talking, and I mention, oh, by the way, if you go to the Discord and the Twitter for this thing, and you create a Bitcoin Talk account, and you show them that you've joined, and send them your address, Motion Project will send you 10 coins. Motion Project has set aside 400 people to get 10 coins. On top of the paper wallets we're giving away, 400 people in the next 10 days have the ability to claim $10. No purchase necessary.
They're so eager to give money away that we actually found it a little odd. And it took us a little bit of extra time to look into it.
Yeah.
Because they really like giving money away.
Well, it's their first attempt at advertising. And I know one of their marketing heads, and he's done marketing for both national and international television stations when they first got started. So he knows what he's doing. He's been selling and marketing products to international audiences for a decade. And he heard about Roger Ver in 2011 giving out 10 free Bitcoins, which at the time was worth about $2, giving 10 free Bitcoins to people that were willing to open Bitcoin wallets. And how that was one of the things that really at Free Talk, at the PorcFest, it helped kind of seed that beginning early adoption. And he was like, well, let's do it then. Let's give away 10 coins. Let's do just like they did with Bitcoin. We'll give away 10 coins. We'll give away paper wallets. And I was like, all right, works for me. Let's do it. So paper wallets here. Other option, airdrop options. I mean, there's just so many ways that you can win. So you should come be spending money. Come buy T-shirts and food from us so we can give you free stuff. It's not free. You got to buy something to get it most of the time. You got to show up at certain events to be able to get access to the code to claim other free money. Show up to watch the show. I mean, we're not really asking you to do much. It doesn't cost you money. Come get a cool T-shirt. Come hang out in the studio and watch the show be broadcast. Answer a trivia question. It's nothing major. So now we've been talking about this idea of the forever war and how I guess that this author is just living in a utopia where there are actual Republicans and Democrats that are trying to get Congress to get its power back. Says here, Trump's saber rattling, it only adds urgency to the question of whether or not something should be done about this. Incredibly, the most widely supported effort to improve the authorization for the use of military force, or the AUMF, that Congress passed after the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attacks, a resolution that's been stretched past the breaking point by successive presidents, would actually legalize war in all of the places it's presently being waged, and radically increase the president's ability to legally expand the forever war. Proposed by former Hillary Clinton running mate Tim Kaine and one of the worst Tennessee senators in history, Bob Corker.
And that's a low bar, my friends.
Yes, it is. Its radicalism approaches that of a constitutional amendment. The new AUMF would subvert an article at the core of the Constitution, gutting a vital protection against tyranny devised by the framers. It would authorize multiple existing wars without even debating them individually. It would empower Trump and all of his successors to unilaterally wage war in new countries, expand their ability to indefinitely detain prisoners without charges, and empower them to unilaterally kill individuals even inside of the United States. In opposition, the ACLU has declared it would be hard to overstate the depth and breadth of the dangers to the Constitution, civil liberties, and the human rights that the Corker-Kaine AUMF would cause. The Corker-Kaine AUMF would cause colossal harm to the Constitution's checks and balances, would jeopardize civil liberties and human rights at home and abroad, and would lead to a broad expansion of war without meaningful oversight, and would represent a sharp break from adherence to international law, including the United Nations Charter. I'm going to call it the Tim Kaine and Bob Corker Support Concentration Camps Bill, because that's basically what it's going to give the legal authority to the president to create. The ability to murder and kidnap American citizens without charge or trial based on absolutely nothing other than we're at the war.
And all of that may be true, but
all of
you
it
don't
already
want to
exists.
jump to Corker and Kaine are literally Hitler as your first argument against it.
Well, I didn't say they were literally Hitler. I called it the Corker and Kaine concentration camp.
Oh,
yeah. What's that song? I'm just gonna keep that song on like I'm putting on a playlist right now.
I mean, we're already separating families, loading children into trains.
We are
fake mass
already
trials.
having fake mass trials, loading kids in trains. Like All of these things are already happening, and they happen because of laws that were passed by a Democrat-controlled Congress and Senate during the Obama administration. All of we're literally seeing people get pissed off that Trump is enforcing laws that Obama passed. It's like, you do, oh, well, yeah, but when Obama was in office, they were only doing it to teenagers. Oh, okay, I get it. So a 13-year-old boy is a victim, can't decide whether or not to have sex. He's an adult. I mean, he's a child. Unless President Obama is kidnapping him from his from his parents as he crosses the border. Then 13 and 12-year-olds are suddenly adults, because it's totally different when you do it to a 12-year-old and when you do it to a 9-year-old. It's just the moral ramifications are suddenly so different. No, I'm sorry. Separating children from families are separating children from families, whether they're 13 or they're 8. It's a traumatic experience for any child.
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with AgristHosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agrist Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to AgristHosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's AgristHosting.com.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you are helping the state. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it. Get started with Bitcoin at Bitcoin.com. That's Bitcoin.com.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Now that you've found the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM, you may want to help expose others to our great programs. To assist you in doing so, you'll find resources at promote.lrn.fm, including details on how to get a free bumper sticker, quarter-page flyers you can print out and distribute, banners for your website, as well as files that will allow you to make your own custom banners and graphics. Visit promote.lrn.fm and help bring new listeners to the Liberty Radio Network. That's promote.lrn.fm.
Researchers at Princeton University's Department of Sociology have made a major leap in our understanding of social interaction.
We conducted trials in 90 supermarkets across the country and found that essentially 100% of people disapproved of having a stranger hit them across the face and then expose their genitalia right in the middle of the supermarket, which we found very interesting.
Researchers observed similar reactions when the subject hurled shopping carts toward unsuspecting shoppers, stood in the deli section rubbing cold cuts against his chest, or got right near cashiers' ears and began loudly singing Yankee Doodle.
In this particular trial, we had our subject, Kevin, take off his shirt, tape a banana to his forehead, and charge at various shoppers like he was a rhino. Within 20 minutes, store owners called the police and he was arrested, allowing us to come to the conclusion that this type of behavior is still considered at least somewhat taboo.
This is the Onion News Network.
You can sign up to receive the latest about the Liberty Radio Network via our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. That's updates.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. आप सुन रहे हैं स्वतंत्रता की पुकार सिर्फ और सिर्फ LRN.FM पे।
Disclaimer. When I die, I want to be put into orbit around Earth in a flying kick position. This is my dream. My dream. My dream. My dream. My dream. This is my dream.
Welcome back into the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. Broadcasting live from our Zencash studio here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And we've been talking about the Kaine Corker Forever War bill that would expand all the war powers and the NDAA powers. Of course, pushed through with bipartisan support because, you know, the Democrats and Republicans are so different, you know, because one of them says nice things before he drops bombs on that Doctors Without Borders hospital. Anyway, Tom, you want to work on some of the more, what do you call it, the substance of the bill there?
Yeah, so you scroll down in the article, and if you guys are following along, it's under the little dotted line. Before going any further, it's important to understand exactly what the proposed law says and why some well-meaning legislators believe that passing it is a prudent course. Ha ha ha. Well-meaning legislators, what a joke. Anyway, number one, the bill would authorize the president to wage ongoing wars against the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, ISIS in Iraq and Syria, Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, Al-Shabaab, Al-Qaeda in Syria, the Haqqani Network, and Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb in countries including Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Somalia, Yemen, and Libya. That's number one. Number two, the bill would create a way for the president to lawfully wage counterterrorism campaigns against those terrorist groups in still other countries and to add still other groups or individuals as quote-unquote associated forces. Number three, more specifically, to wage war in a new country or against a new group or person, Trump or Obama or the next Democratic president would merely have to notify Congress within 48 hours. Legislators would review his expansion of war and could vote to stop it, but that congressional no would be subject to a presidential veto. Let me repeat that. Congress would review the president's decision to go to war and could vote to stop it, but that congressional no would be subject to a presidential veto. So it would effectively take a 2/3 majority in the House and the Senate to stop any expansion of war. Number four, it would repeal the 2002 Iraq War authorization. Obviously, you don't really need it anymore. And five, it would expand the list of those vulnerable to indefinite detention without trial or charges by applying a former National Defense Authorization Act to new groups. For proponents, those provisions are attractive because they bring existing wars under the color of law.
Yay.
Define what groups count as associated forces of Al-Qaeda and force the president to notify Congress upon adding a new associated force, which doesn't always happen now. That's remarkable. They're praising this because it would require the president to tell Congress that he was going to war.
Hold on, though, because I just had one of my other show preps actually has a video of Bob Corker in it. So I got to play it because Corker's like a new Democrat.
I could. These bills' germaneness has nothing whatsoever to do with our ability to offer amendments. Nothing. That's something that happens post-cloture. For the last year and a half, under Leader McConnell, we have had one amendment vote. One amendment vote. And that amendment wasn't even really an amendment. It was a chairman who was controlling his own bill, asking if he could substitute his own amendment. So it really wasn't even a real amendment vote. So we've been here a year and a half. And because senators, United States senators that are elected by the people in their state, don't want to cast a tough vote, they block everybody from voting. I have no idea why Rand Paul cannot get a vote on his amendment. It is ridiculous. He's been trying to get a vote on it for years. And we block it. Why is that? I want to say for the record, I've held amendments this morning until we could work out the solution we have. I am not holding any amendments. None. Zero. I'm holding no one's amendment. But we as senators, we're worried somehow that this, gosh almighty, I heard Senator from Texas, the senior senator from Texas saying the other day, well, gosh, we might upset the president.
You hear this? The Republican senators are afraid of the president. They're afraid of the president. What planet are we on?
They're afraid of losing their seats. And Trump has the train behind him, so he could make that happen.
Again, we're back
We
to
saw that yesterday.
What planet are we on where in America the president has so much power that Congress is afraid of him?
We're in exactly the America that the founders sought to stop.
Prevent.
When they put in the Constitution that the president is not supposed to be able to declare war at all. It's exclusive in the purview of Congress.
Oh, but now here you've got Corker, who is the head sponsor of the bill to give Trump more power. What the hell is going on here? I mean, you're giving a speech on the floor about how the whole Congress is scared of the president, while at the same time sponsoring legislation to give the same guy more power. What the hell?
Well, we know
it's your
what the hell.
It's your party, Tom. Tell us.
Not anymore. No. No. I don't even defend Rand anymore.
Don't put that juju on me.
Don't you put that evil on me, boy. You keep that evil over there on your side.
Right.
Getting at that voodoo doll and poking me right in the GOP. I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, so...
Right?
So anyway, this bill is horrifying. I mean, it's horrifying that any two senators from anywhere would even consider this bill, let alone you've got the former vice presidential nominee and you've got one of the guys who's supposed to be the big maverick, Bob Corker.
Yeah. Right, he's the awesome guy who's standing against Trump. Yeah, man, it's all bullshit. It's bull.
Standing against him so hard that he's leaving the Senate rather than actually try to hold his seat after doing that.
Well, not only is he leaving the Senate, but he's co-sponsoring it's an act, bro. It's an act.
Yeah.
It's just like when they opposed Obama, but they all supported bills to make him more powerful.
I don't understand. What was the obsession with voting on amendments?
No one's willing to vote on amendments that would change bills or add to bills that the president likes, because if you do that, the president might turn on you. And then if the president turns on you, then the voters of the party will turn on you.
Yeah, they were specifically
Right, he just kept
referring to-
specifying amendments and, not entirely new bills, so I wasn't sure what he was getting at.
It's because it should be easier to vote on an amendment than on the entirety of the bill, and instead it's kind of the opposite.
All right, well, when we get back with our cannabis news, I've got a couple things here. We've got a bunch of different strains that are going to
In Survivor Max 2, School Bites, Max must scavenge through a wasteland swarming with the undead. Desperate to find the medicine he needs, he discovers a community of survivors at his former school. Has he finally found the safe haven he's been looking for, or will he discover that school bites? Look for Survivor Max on Facebook, read reviews on Amazon, and read Chapter 1 at survivormax.com.
Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to put in our bodies than they have to take our guns or tell us what books we can read.
6 drug police were eaten by bears while raiding a marijuana farm.
On your knees, you dirty hippies! Jesus. On your knees! What's the problem, officer?
Today, many cops who enforce pot laws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you gotta keep you and your gat intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Vadadi.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon. That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5 stars, then share the link on your social media and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free at apps.lrn.fm.
I love My Magic Mud. I drink a lot of coffee. I had stains on my teeth. Then I found My Magic Mud, and I was told it would remove stains. So I paid attention when I brushed the first time. My Magic Mud is black tooth powder, and the difference it made in my teeth in one application was noticeable. With 4, my teeth were as white as you normal folks out there. Please go to mymagicmud.com and buy a jar. There's 150 applications for $25. You can use Bitcoin, mymagicmud.com.
There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
A congressman recently revealed that legislation totaling 2,900 pages and involving more than $1 trillion was available to members of Congress for less than 48 hours to study and consider. That's over 60 pages of legislation per hour. Do you think anyone read the entire bill? I'm Jim Babka with DownsizeDC.org. Consider a proposal buried in a 3,200-page, $388 billion bill, which would have empowered committee chairmen or their agents to examine Americans' tax returns. When this horrible provision came to light, no one claimed to know how it got into the bill. One congressman questioned said, "I didn't write it, I didn't approve it, I wasn't even consulted." If your attorney represented you this way, he might be disbarred. But this is how Congress represents you every day. That's why DownsizeDC.org has created the Read the Bills Act. You can force Congress to read their bills before they pass them at DownsizeDC.org.
What's up next? Visit the Liberty Radio Network program guide to find out at shows.lrn.fm. That's shows.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.fm. Unasikiliza wito wa uhuru katika LRN.fm.
Let's focus our discussion first on marijuana, okay? Marijuana has a very distinct smell, okay? I'm going to pass around just a little tiny bit, and I want you all to take a smell so you know when someone is smoking marijuana near you.
All right, welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. Broadcasting live from our Zencash studio here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And we are, we're moving on to our cannabis news now. Let's see, I've got, because of new laws in California, a lot of different cannabis is about to disappear from dispensary shelves. Bargain blowout sales over the next 2 weeks, followed by immediate product shortages and price spikes. The cause of the turmoil? The state's fast approaching testing and packaging deadline. On July 1st, 2018, all licensed medical and adult use cannabis must conform to the state's new testing and packaging requirements to ensure products are clean and child resistant. You may find savings of 30 to 90% on flower, edibles, and extracts, with price reductions peaking at the end of June. Bud and Roses customers save 30 to 50%. Delivery services, 75%. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be leaving shelves as well because these companies simply don't have the money to comply. So some of your favorite strains and products, well, you may not see them in California anymore, thanks to government creating winners and losers in the marketplace. But I have now, I have to preface this with, this is not an advocation that you break the law or that you buy cannabis outside of the law in your state. If it's illegal in your state, I'm not telling you it's a good idea to do this. I'm just saying Leafly has kind of figured out some ways you might be able to get away with it. That's not my saying you should try, but Leafly has put out a series on how to buy cannabis in states where it's illegal. With legalization sweeping the nation and a year-over-year ballot initiatives boosting the movement, people in illegal states are waiting for their chance at the next green rush. Change takes time, however, and impatient consumers in areas where cannabis remains illegal or highly restricted may be wondering, how can I get my hands on a gram without having to wait for a legal green light? Well, the unfortunate short answer is that, well, you shouldn't. Though, you know, and we know that cannabis isn't the evil substance pushed by the bygone DARE era. Obtaining it illegally still has consequences that you might not like, even if you don't get caught. Below, find out ways why patience isn't just a virtue. It will also benefit you and the cannabis movement in a wide variety of ways. First, the author here says that you should leave the black market behind. Obvious legality issues aside, buying cannabis from black markets does not ensure a clean and reliable product. Legal states have the luxury of testing everything from potency to pesticides to mold. Unfortunately, that's not true for states where cannabis is outlawed. And if a consumer is immunocompromised in any way, a contaminated dime bag can create a litany of health problems or exacerbate already growing health issues. Purchasing cannabis off the black market can also lead to the indirect support of drug cartels. We have found that the presence of cartel-moved cannabis increases crime rates where legalized states show a 40% drop in drug-related violent crimes. While you wait, advocate. Advocate to your local senators and representatives about cannabis legalization. Be sure to beg for a longer leash. I didn't get a laugh from Aria on that one. I'm disappointed. I love how Leafly's like, here's how you can buy dope in states where it's illegal. Don't. That's how you can do it. Don't. Don't do it at all. Beg for a longer leash is Leafly's solution. Beg for longer leashes. Libertarians for longer leashes.
I mean,
I'm just looking at this. I was like, man, are you serious? That's your advice, is don't buy it. Don't buy it at all. Wait until it's legal and beg your congressman for a longer leash. Damn, I wish I'd have known it was going to be such crap. I would have stuck with how they make water bongs better. Because that's what I was originally going to cover today. Calaveras County is the ground zero for chaos with the recent banning. One California county has banned cannabis. January 10th, supervisors where gold rush mining camps flourished in 1850 voted to kill off the green rush that exploded in 2016. By a 3-2 tally, the Calaveras County Board of Supervisors declared all commercial cannabis farms illegal. The county planning department estimated that as many as 1,600 commercial cannabis growers were operating in the region in mid-2017, many of them licensed by the county. Now the move to ban those businesses means that every one of those growers must cease operations by May 1st. Millions of dollars in tax money vanishing from the economy of the beleaguered 45,000 residents. In the vote's aftermath, protests have stirred amid fears over devastating cuts to the county's workforce. It's just ground zero for chaos around here, man, says Paul Smith, the Vice President of Government Affairs for Rural County Representative of California, an organization focused on the Golden State's sparsely populated inland northern coastal counties. Calaveras has long been known for its dysfunctional politics. Even before its explosion of cannabis farming, there were friction between the, quote, local hippie culture and strong pockets of old ranchers and their political constituency groups. Smith said, against the backdrop, the county's new move to regulate commercial cannabis production in 2016 was sure to strike a raw nerve. You have to go through these wars in these types of communities before you can reach consensus, Smith said. Calaveras County is kind of on steroids on this. In the late summer of 2015, nestled in the Sierra Nevada foothills, 70 miles east of Sacramento, suffered a devastating blaze, the Butte Fire. The following spring, unauthorized marijuana farms bloomed beneath scorched oaks and pines and cannabis speculators snatched up cheap properties, devalued by the fires that had destroyed 860 local homes. Urged by local medical marijuana advocates, supervisors in the conservative county passed an ordinance to regulate the local cannabis industry. It promised strict rules for licensees, enforcement resources to drive out unwanted criminal growers, and some decidedly liberal cultivation rules. The county allowed commercial cannabis farming on parcels as small as 2 acres and gardens of up to ½ acre on parcels of 5 acres or larger. In June 2016, however, Calaveras County collected $3.7 million in $5,000 per farm registration fees from more than 700 individual cannabis cultivating farms. 5 months later, voters heartily approved an initiative, Measure C, to impose cultivation taxes of $2 per square foot on outdoor farms and $5 per square foot on indoor gardens. Yet the election also revealed a significant portion of the local citizenry hated cannabis liberalization. Another measure, Measure D, which would have further sweetened cultivation rules and permitted cannabis concentrate manufacture, was defeated, although California's November 16th adult use measure passed easily statewide. 53% of Calaveras County voters voted against it. 2 supervisors who backed the cultivation ordinance were due to retire after the November 2016 election, and the other 2, well, they were pushed out of office by voters, and in their place, voters chose a new board reportedly openly hostile to cannabis farms. So here we go, man. There's no government like local government, right? That's how you fix things, right? Just take it out of the federal government's hands. If we just let local government control everything, we'll get all the freedom we want. Yeah. Sure. I got some really nice oceanfront property. It's in the middle of Oklahoma City. I only want $3 an acre for it. You can pay me that in Bitcoin or in Zencash. I'll send you an address and I'll sell it to you right away. How's that? If you believe one, you'll definitely believe that. Anyway, we will be back tomorrow for our last live broadcast from the studio here at the Zencash studio. Don't go anywhere, though. I just see the guys for the next show. The crew for Free Talk Live is just showing up, so they'll be up next.
Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it. And once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world. So I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing. The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here. And I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, add yourself to the Shire map at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com. LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm. Ross Ulbricht was convicted in early 2015 of running the infamous Silk Road Underground Market. The Silk Road was a gift to humanity and helped reduce the harms brought on by drug prohibition. For this good deed, Ross has been sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole. Now, an appeal is Ross's only chance, and he needs your support. Please visit freeross.org, where you can contribute via various methods, including Bitcoin. Visit freeross.org. That's freeross.org.
You're 6 minutes away from a live episode of Free Talk Live, brought to you by freekeen.com. Listen live at freetalklive.com.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, June 12th, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.79 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,295 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $19, and the average price of Bitcoin is $6,839. Antiwar.com reports on Monday, Doctors Without Borders, MSF, announced that they are suspending operations within northwest Yemen after Saudi warplanes attacked one of their medical sites. The attack badly damaged a cholera treatment center in the Abs region in northern Sadr province. The Saudi war and the Saudi-imposed naval blockade fueled the worst cholera outbreak in human history in Yemen over the past year, with over 1 million infected. There were no patients in the Abs facility at the time of the attack. Still, MSF says they have to suspend their operations out of concern for the safety of their staff and will keep their operations frozen until they get assurances that medical facilities will not be deliberately targeted. MSF mission head José Martins criticized the Saudi and UAE-led coalition, saying they show complete disrespect for medical facilities and patients. The Saudis have yet to comment on their latest attack, which is one of the many strikes on medical sites in northern Yemen.
For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports the Maine Bureau of Motor Vehicles, BMV, announced on Monday it will offer the option of a non-binary gender designation on driver's licenses and other identification cards. The BMV said in a statement that those who wish to identify as a non-binary gender will have to fill out a gender designation form, and the BMV will issue